Uh, last week we ended where you guys had maybe put a little bit of water on top of your gel, closed it, and put it in the fridge. So if you could dump that water off, that would be great. And then we need to get our 50x TAE, and we need to make a little bit of buffer to put top of the gel to replace the water. Okay. So I pre-worked this out. It looks blurry. There we go. So using the C1V1 equation, to get enough buffer on top of your gel is going to be about 25 milliliters. Okay. So if you guys take one of these transfer pipettes, if you look at them, I'm sorry.
1 minute, we need.
Okay, does everybody have their transfer pipette? Okay, so you're going to want to look at that transfer pipette, and you can see there's one line right here, and then it says 1 milliliter, and then another line in 2 milliliters.
So we're going to get 2 milliliters.
So you only need half a milliliter, which is that very first line on that like tapered part.
Right there.
You only need half a milliliter of your 50x TAE that Megan sent. And then you can put that in a beaker if you have your beaker around. Or graduated cylinder, it doesn't matter.
I'm sorry, this is a dumb question. Did the pipette come in the bag or?
This I think was not directly in the gel electrophoresis baggie, but it should have been in your box.
Okay. Let me go see if I have.
Okay.
Hold that down.
No, I don't think
So
it's.
this is the pipette. Can you help me in figuring it out?
Yeah.
Is this the line over here, the last one?
Yeah, it's the very first one up from the tip.
Okay.
And that's going to be a half a milliliter.
Okay.
So you'll want to get your TAE and go push the bulb in and go just get up to half a milliliter of 50x TAE.
TAE half the milliliter into where?
Either into a graduated cylinder or one of your beakers.
Okay.
How big does the beaker need to be?
Small. It only needs to go up to 25. So
I think we're good. It's a half a milliliter. It just don't look like it, does it?
And once you have your 1 milliliter, if you want to raise that volume up to 25 milliliters with water.
So we're going to bring that up to 25 with water. So I guess that's going to be 25 right there.
25 milliliters?
25 milliliters, yes.
That's how many we need from the buffer. Okay.
You need 0.5 from the buffer.
Oh,
okay.
Because
you get it to 25 using the water.
Yeah, bring it up to 25 with the water because you're taking that 50x TAE and diluting it down to 1x to run the buffer on the gel. You'll have to check my bag for my container.
That's only 20.
So I need to mute myself so I don't keep popping up on here.
Trish, I'm a little behind. I'm sorry. How much water do we need to add to the buffer again?
So it's 0.5 buffer up to 25 water.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's this piece. but make
Just a little bit more.
it's real messy in there. Once you have your buffer
Mhm.
made, then you can pour it onto your gel.
So we're gonna pour it onto that gel.
And so you'll want to pour like over those comb well spots. And then it should give you a good layer of buffer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. So those were the wells we made last week.
Yeah, those little like indentations from that green foam.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And so you should see that those are filled in with the liquid.
The liquid for me kind of goes way over it. Like it's like
Yeah, so it's going to
okay.
fill in the wells and then it's going to be like maybe this much on top of the gel.
Yeah, it's about that. All right, just to make sure.
Okay, yeah, no, that's perfect.
Messing up already.
No. And then guys, we're ready to set up our battery pack. And then actually first, what we need to do is, do you guys have those little medicine cups? Okay. They should be like the little medicine dropper. No. Yes. Sunitha has them. You guys have those? Yes, Alfreda, that's right. Yes. Yes, Haley. Does everybody have those? Okay, can you guys go ahead and put one color of Skittle in each one? And then do you have what is called this dye extraction solution tube? Yes, perfect, Haley. Dye, it says DYEEX and then SOLN. Dye extraction solution. So if you guys have another pipette, what you need to do is take a little bit of that dye extraction solution and put it in those cups just around the Skittle. So the Skittle's kind of like soaking in it. So you can use 4 equal amounts.
How many Skittles?
So you should have 1 Skittle in each cup.
Okay, I got only 2 cups. I mean 3 cups.
Okay, that's fine. So just put 1 color in each cup. And then if you guys want to put about a half a milliliter of that dye extraction solution on each Skittle in your cup. Does that make sense?
I cannot find my cups. So I have to look for an alternative.
Yeah, the centrifuge tubes that we have, like the Skittles don't fit in there, you know? So I don't know if you're at home, if you're at school, if you have small beakers, or other little plastic cups. But essentially that dye extraction solution is going to help get the dyes that make up the Skittles, like the red and the yellow and the purple and the green. It's going to take that dye off of the candy coating. And then that's what we're going to pipette in a little bit. So does everybody have their Skittles soaking?
Finishing it right now.
Okay. And if you do this with your students, you don't need this like mysterious dye extraction solution. If you just put a little bit of water in there, there's enough sugar that it'll hold the color. So
Sorry, y'all. I saw the colors coming off it, and I acted like a student for a second. I
yeah, no,
forgot that I'm not a student no more.
it's super cool. Okay, everybody's Skittles are soaking. Are you guys ready to set up the power source? Okay.
Do I do it?
You should have 5 batteries. And you're going to need to connect them so that you end up with, what is that, a positive or a negative? Positive on
No.
one side and a negative on the other. And then, so like take take 2 batteries and then flip the other one, the third one upside down. And then it should connect it kind of like Legos. And then take that other battery and connect it again, kind of like Legos.
I was never good at Legos.
I know these are kind of
I'd be
awkward.
in trouble.
Is this okay for you all?
So the positive is down. Okay, I might be dumb. Hang on. Can I see how your tops are angled on the bottom? Let me just see. Circle. So is it circle 2, 3?
It really doesn't matter which side, like it could be like this side too. It's just that part's gonna end up mattering when we put the cords on.
I can't get them to connect. I don't know if it's just
Yeah,
might be operator.
no, it is kind of difficult. Like they're tight. Like the batteries are kind of separated here. So it is kind of tight, but you have to take the skinny circle, and then the one that you flip upside down has to be that fat circle on top of it.
Break them.
Does everybody else have their batteries connected? Yes.
Not yet.
Okay.
Sorry. Go
That's
down a little
okay.
bit.
Yes, that looks great, Haley. Okay. Are we good? Batteries connected, dyes extracting. Okay. Can you guys go ahead and grab your micro pipette and set your micro pipette to 10? And here's where we're going to start loading the gel. And it's a little bit tricky because if you can picture the gel, let me draw a picture. Okay, this is a sideways view. Like this. Right? So you have to put the pipette tip in that well without poking through or without being too high up. So it's a little bit like touchy, and I always tell my students, like, we're gonna mess up the first time until you get used to it. Dyes might spread all over the buffer and stuff, but you're gonna want to take the pipette tip just like barely in there when you put the dyes in. Does that make sense? I see some nods. Yes, no.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't think I've ever used a micro pipette, not even in college.
It's okay.
It's just I'm not familiar with it. It might just be different.
No.
I'm just trying to figure out how this thing works before I go using it and messing it up.
Do
What
you
is
remember
these? So these numbers, is this in milliliters or is it micrometers?
microliters?
Okay.
So your pipettes that Megan sent are the 2 to 20.
Okay.
Oh, Haley, you weren't here the first time when we were pipetting,
Yeah,
right?
I wasn't here the first time.
Okay.
That was our spring break and I wasn't in my classroom.
No, that's okay. So, this micro pipette goes from 2 microliters to 20 microliters. So if you look at these placeholders, it should be a 1, 0, and they're black. And then the next 0 is going to represent decimals.
Mine says 20.
So you need to turn this black knob, this black twisty thing,
Oh, there we go.
and you should see it increasing in number. Wait, what does yours say?
Mine said 20. I need to get it to go down.
So you had 200?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you need to get it to go down to 10.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm holding y'all up. I apologize. Holding the pros up. 10. 100. There we go.
And then is everybody else, you guys remember how to pipette? Okay. So if you guys want, and then I can help Haley, if you guys want to go ahead and get your Skittle cups, and you're going to set this clearance. Okay. Okay, great. Let me know if you have any questions and we can get you through it. So everybody has their pipette set to 10. Okay. So remember, go to the first stop. And then you're going to go into your Skittle solution, that dye solution around the Skittle. And then you're going to slowly raise that pipette up. And you should have a really small amount in the tip of your pipette. And then you're going to need to go over to your gel. And guys, it's really weird. Like sometimes you have to angle yourself so you have the right light to see where you're pipetting. But you're going to want to put it in a well slowly. And then remember, you're going to need to press all the way down. Okay. So Haley, and then you guys.
Okay, this is starting to ring some bells.
Okay.
There's a first stop, right? And then
Yes.
that's when you stop and then you put it down and then okay.
Yes.
It's
So
this piece that I push down on, right?
yes, and then you can feel that tension when it gets to that first stop.
Okay.
Yeah. So then if everybody else wants to load their gel with the remaining Skittles colors and then the known dyes that Megan sent, there's like blue 1, yellow 6. So if you want to load those, however many wells you actually made, you can load your Skittles and load those dyes. Are we okay with this? Okay.
Right. So I push down to the first stop. Just
Yep.
want to make sure I do this right. I don't want to break it.
Nope.
Push down to the first stop,
This-
then push all the way down.
No, push to the first stop.
Okay.
And then up. So I have this.
Okay.
Here's my tube of green dye that I grabbed. So you're going to put the tip in, all while holding at the first stop. And then you're going to slowly raise that, and you should have 10 microliters.
Okay.
It's not until you're releasing the liquid that you push down to the second stop.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Make sure it gets all out. It makes sense. So
You
go
can
ahead and
talk-
just so get the dye out and then put it
Yes.
in the gel thing. Okay.
And you can talk about like cohesive and adhesive properties. That's why it kind of sticks to the end of the pipette tip and you have to press all the way to the second stop.
Okay, does that look about right?
It does. It looks perfect.
Okay. Then just stick it in here. This might look awkward.
Feel so bad that this part is kind of rushed.
Hey Tricia, I think all four of my dyes, if I can get this in front of the camera,
Or
dry.
yeah, two of mine were, and then I had like a orange color and a blue color that weren't. But any food coloring, like if you do this with your class, if you
So
dilute a little food coloring,
yeah.
any of it will work.
Okay, well she gave us some food coloring, right? So and
She
some of
did.
the okay, so
She
I can
did.
use
Yes, perfect.
because yeah, I mean like this is the best one I think I have. And
Oh,
so okay. Just use some food coloring then. Thank you.
yes, you're welcome.
So do I need to put, I'm just putting one color in, or do I need to put one of each color in?
One color per well. One color per
Got
well.
it. I don't know if I did the first. I think I put it too deep in there. That's all right.
It's okay. It's such a learning experience. And
That's what's important, right?
but the students have fun. They typically love it, and you know, you can tell like some kids can pipette really good right off the bat. Like, wow. But yeah, we played around with some different food coloring. Keep in mind that it is a type of chromatography. So just like the Kool-Aid chromatography, if you have like a purple food coloring.
Now, how do you have those iron things beside that box?
Oh, I just put them in. I'm going to tell you guys how to do it.
Okay. I don't have those iron ones.
They're paper clips. But like I was saying a second ago, if you guys use different food colorings like purple, it will draw the red color out and the blue color out. It's just on a gel instead of the chromatography column. So let me know when you guys are ready and we'll talk about the paper clips and we'll get it all hooked up.
Just really quickly, I will say that the food coloring that they gave us,
Yes.
the lid has a really deep well that you can actually probably draw up enough if your dyes are like mine.
That's perfect.
All right. I think I got all my dye in there. I have no idea if I did it correctly. It'd be all right. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, and if you
I
ever
may have put it too deep in there. It'll be okay.
it's okay. And if you guys ever need extra help or want to like FaceTime or do it where it's a little bit easier to see what everything is going on, then we can always do that. Megan said, "Come back to the main room, please." So let me tell her that we're like 2 minutes away, or maybe let me go have Mark tell her. Hang on.
Hey, Tricia, I can let her know.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
Okay, we're gonna jam this out. So does everybody have their two what are those called? Paper clips. So what you guys are going to want to do with the paper clip is kind of unravel it, make it look kind of like an L. It can look like this.
Can I use just paper clips of my own?
Yes.
Okay. They're not metal. Does it have to be metal?
Yes, they can't be they can't be plastic.
Oh. Let's see if I have any metal.
And then what you're gonna want to do is jam them down between the gel and the edge of the box.
I think the plastic ones are metal on the inside.
On the
If
inside?
if she got the metal off both ends, maybe
Maybe.
just see, that should be metal underneath there.
Might
It
as
should
well
be.
try it.
Yeah, I got metal. You're good.
Okay.
I'm good. Appreciate it though. Thank you.
No problem.
So let's see. How'd you jam them in?
Do the paper clips go all the way to the bottom, or do we leave them suspended
Yes.
in
You can
all the
push
way?
them all the way to the bottom. Great question. You just need to leave a little bit sticking up these points because that's what you're going to attach your clips to. Okay, so negative is black and red is positive, right? So we are going to want to attach a black clip to the negative side of your battery pack. You guys see that? And then the red side, the red clip to the positive side. Oh, shoot. Okay.
So sorry, I'm taking this nice and slow here. The paper clip goes all the way. Is this shape okay? Something like
That
that?
shape is perfect. And you just jam it in between the gel and the side of the box.
Okay. On the right and left side, the short sides. Okay.
Yeah, the short
Okay.
sides.
So just jam it in there. Got it.
Yes.
No care in the world. Got it.
Nope.
Perfect.
Okay. And then do you guys have your batteries hooked up to the black and the red? Okay, now these dyes, if you look them up, just like we did with that chromatography, you're going to find that they are negatively charged. So you are just like DNA is. So you're going to want to put the other black clip at the top of the gel near the wells where you loaded the food coloring. I think you can see mine.
Red clip on negative.
Black clip. Okay. So your black clip should be at the negative where your food coloring wells are. And then the red clip needs to go at the bottom. And immediately, guys, you should see bubbles forming at the negative end. Like if you look through the gel, you should see there is bubbles forming and it's like electricity is running through it. Okay. And then the one thing that I would like to say is this is 45 volts and I've stuck my finger in it. Okay, it's not going to hurt your kids. I had to take one for the team. Okay. So if they're like, I'm going to stick my fingers in it, it's not going to shock them.
All right.
Okay.
Just to make sure so I don't mess it up. Black on negative. And then you stick the black to the side closest to where your food coloring is.
Yes. And if everybody else is set up, if you guys want to start going back to the room, and then I'll make sure everybody's good if you have a couple last questions, and then I'll go back to the room.
And then red on positive.
Red on positive. Red goes at the
Just
bottom.
making sure, man.
Yeah.
Wait, goes at the top?
No, red's going to go at the bottom, the furthest away from your
Okay.
food coloring.
All right. Plus side. Move. And This is a mess. Okay, there you go.
And then that electricity should be running. You should see bubbles. And then while we're in that other room, you should see the dyes as she's speaking start to migrate down from the negative to the positive.
Ooh. Sorry, that was a very childlike reaction.
That's
I'm sorry.
okay.
I don't think I ever did this in college. I don't think I ever did gel electrophoresis. This is cool.
It is. It's really cool. It's definitely one of my favorite things.
So Tricia, I know that Megan had Carol go ahead and start the second
Okay.
presenter. So whenever people are ready, if they want to head back to the main room, that'd be great.
And I don't see how to head back on my screen anymore. Oh, leave room?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'll just make sure everybody's good and then I'll leave the room.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.